Discipline isn't about waiting for the perfect moment to act. It's about stepping boldly into discomfort and pushing beyond your limits, no matter what life throws at you. True strength is not revealed when everything goes according to plan. It shines through in how you respond when chaos strikes and the ground beneath you crumbles. Picture this. You've meticulously mapped out your day, but suddenly the universe shifts its course. A meeting gets rescheduled. Your routine unravels and you're forced to adapt on the spot. Most people would panic, stress, or complain, but not you. Why? Because you've trained for this exact moment. You've forged mental and physical resilience that allows you to navigate these disruptions with clarity, control, and confidence. This very scenario unfolded for me recently. I was preparing to go for a run when unexpectedly I was asked to give an impromptu talk. Years ago, I might have been frustrated or overwhelmed. But today, Stoicism has taught me that frustration serves no purpose. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you always have the power to choose your reaction. Instead of wasting energy blaming circumstances or feeling defeated, I focused on what needed to be done. I gave the talk, adjusted my plans, and moved forward, and the outcome was better than I could have anticipated. The truth is, life will never unfold exactly as you envision it. There will always be setbacks, unforeseen delays, and obstacles you didn't see coming. The question isn't whether these challenges will arise. It's how you'll respond when they do. Will you crumble under pressure, or will you rise to meet the challenge? That's where real discipline comes into play. Not just when conditions are ideal, but in the midst of chaos, when everything seems stacked against you. Take something as simple as taking a cold shower. Why endure the discomfort? Because, as Seneca taught, we must train our bodies to obey our minds. It's a reminder that discomfort is temporary and that many of our limits are self-imposed. The cold may sting, but your body can handle far more than you think. Overcoming these small discomforts builds the mental fortitude necessary to tackle life's greatest challenges. Because as Seneca taught, we must train our bodies to obey our minds. It's a reminder that discomfort is temporary and that many of our limits are self-imposed. Overcoming these small discomforts builds the mental fortitude necessary to tackle life's greatest challenges. I put this philosophy to the test during a particularly grueling stretch of days. Back-to-back conferences, transcontinental flights, and a disrupted routine. No excuses. Amidst the chaos, I carved out time to write, train, and push myself even further. Then, as if to add one final hurdle, I flew to Las Vegas, delivered a lecture, and faced a daunting physical challenge. An 11-kilometer race with 1,370 meters of elevation gain, all on minimal rest. Why subject myself to such demands? Because this is what we train for. Life isn't just about physical endurance, it's also about mental resilience, staying committed to your path even when the world tries to pull you off course. It's about focusing on your craft, your mission, your purpose, much like Iron Maiden has done for decades. Their mantra says it all. We till our own field, and we don't care what others are doing. Everything was set until a last-minute change meant I had to give the talk without time to prepare. In the past, I might have let frustration take over. But Stoicism reminds us that losing our composure only wastes energy and distracts from the task at hand. As Marcus Aurelius would say, choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. I took a deep breath, delivered the talk, and moved on. The next day, my routine was disrupted again. No time for office work or my usual writing schedule. Instead, I gave another lecture and signed 500 copies of my book. I could have made excuses, but I didn't. I found time to write, to progress, regardless of the surrounding chaos. This is what discipline looks like. Showing up, no matter the circumstances. It's about moving forward even when conditions aren't ideal. Whether you're writing, training, or creating, you show up, do the work, and keep going. Why push through challenges like cold showers, grueling races, or sleepless nights? Because it teaches us that our bodies and minds are capable of far more than we imagine. It proves that we can handle whatever life throws our way. For me, this lesson reached its peak during a particularly demanding period. After days of relentless effort, I flew to Las Vegas to give a talk, only to face another obstacle. The roads to Death Valley were closed. I found time to write, to progress, regardless of the surrounding chaos. This is what discipline looks like. A straightforward journey turned into a 6-hour trek, adding difficulty to an already challenging race. The easy choice would have been to quit. But the Stoics remind us this is precisely what we train for, to prepare ourselves for moments like this. So I pressed on, knowing that every challenge, every disruption, every ounce of discomfort is simply another opportunity to prove to myself that I am capable, resilient, and prepared. This is what discipline means. Doing the work no matter how hard it gets and showing up even when it hurts. The path will never be perfect. Conditions will never align exactly as you wish. But the disciplined person doesn't wait for the perfect moment. They make the moment work. They don't complain. They adapt, advance, and thrive. Because that's what they've been training for. Life has a peculiar way of unfolding, often in directions we never anticipate. It's as if the universe gently nudges us, or sometimes pushes us firmly toward destinations we couldn't have imagined. While it's tempting to resist and try to force everything to fit our plans, here's the truth. Resisting the flow of life is like swimming against a powerful current. It only drains your strength. When we learn to embrace what comes, even when it's uncomfortable or unexpected, we discover that these moments have the power to shape us in profound ways. Difficulties, delays, setbacks, they may seem like obstacles, but perhaps they're not obstacles at all. Take the diversion as another chapter in your voyage. This Stoic capacity to adapt and persevere, known as fortitude, is the art of holding steadfast to what truly matters, even when life tests you relentlessly. Think of Cato standing firm against Julius Caesar, or Marcus Aurelius enduring plagues and wars. For most of us, though, this fortitude manifests in quieter ways. Finishing a grueling project, completing an exhausting hike, or simply showing up when times get tough. I remember once running towards Cerro Gordo. The ascent was brutal, and there were countless moments when I wanted to give up. My body screamed at me to stop, but I kept moving forward, focusing not on the summit ahead, but on taking one more step. That's the Stoic lesson. Concentrate on the small action you can take now, not the vast distance still before you. This philosophy isn't just about achieving goals. It's about who you become along the way. Every challenge, every difficult moment is an opportunity to forge resilience. It's about persevering gracefully, continuing onward even when you feel you can't possibly take another step. And it's something anyone can practice, one deliberate step at a time. So the next time life throws an unexpected curveball, remember this: don't fight it. Embrace the adventure, adjust your course, and keep moving forward. The road may not always be smooth, but perseverance will lead you to places you never imagined and leave you stronger than ever. Sometimes, life feels like a real-time journey, though not in the way the world typically perceives it. The person you present to others often differs from the version of yourself hidden deep within. Behind closed doors lies a side of you brimming with intensity, ambition, or quirks you fear revealing. This shadow self, the you obscured from view, might seem like an adversary working against your aspirations. But what if embracing that shadow could unlock the most authentic, fulfilled version of yourself? Picture this. In the midst of a challenge, there comes a point where every fiber of your being cries out to quit. But if you press on, step by step, without knowing the outcome, you'll eventually reach your destination. Courtney Dauwalter, one of the world's greatest ultra-runners, describes this state as entering the pain cave. She envisions herself inside, helmet and chisel in hand, chipping away at the discomfort. The key is curiosity. How far does the cave extend? What lies beyond the pain? You chip methodically, slowly uncovering something unexpected, something profound. But when I finally did, it felt like awakening to a new life. The beauty of a fresh sunrise reminded me how astonishing the world can be, even when it feels like life is tearing you apart. This sense of discovery and transformation is precisely what Stoicism teaches. Amid chaos and struggle, life offers opportunities for growth. Avoiding pain by staying on the sidelines only invites greater suffering later. By refusing to face the challenges that would develop your skills and strength, you deny yourself the chance to evolve. Instead, embrace the hard work now, so that what once seemed impossible becomes second nature. For me, writing books and sharing ideas isn't about selling copies. It's about spreading a message capable of changing lives. But the hardest part has been the time away from my family. Missing bedtime stories, being absent during moments when they needed me. These sacrifices remind me of what truly matters. Yet, through these very struggles, I found renewed purpose and strength. When you navigate life's battles, whether physical exhaustion or the discomfort of deep introspection, you discover a freedom few ever experience. Stoicism teaches us to confront the parts of ourselves we try to ignore. In doing so, we build a life of authenticity and fulfillment. So take that first step. Keep moving forward and see where the journey takes you. You might be surprised by what you find when you embrace the shadow within. But the hardest part has been the time away from my family. Missing bedtime stories, being absent during moments when they needed me. These sacrifices remind me of what truly matters. Yet, through these very struggles, I found renewed purpose and strength. When you navigate life's battles, whether physical exhaustion or the discomfort of deep introspection, you discover a freedom few ever experience. Stoicism teaches us to confront the parts of ourselves we try to ignore. In doing so, we build a life of authenticity and fulfillment. So take that first step, keep moving forward, and see where the journey takes you. You might be surprised by what you find when you embrace the shadow within.